Hello, welcome to Cothram Creations. This is my first YouTube video. This is Jessica, and I just wanted to show you, I've been working on these, they call them storyboard tumblers or snow globe tumblers, but they're really cool, but there's a bit of a learning curve that I've come across. So if you are interested in making these, I'm going to try to tell you a little bit of the hassle I had with them, and maybe some of the do's and don'ts that I did, so you don't maybe make the same mistakes. The first one is, I'm not going to show you about how they come apart, because there's a few other videos out there that that actually show how all that works. But I will tell you is that when you get this part right here, which is the inner part, and when it comes to sealing it, that's the main thing, is when it comes to sealing it, you have to seal it here at the top, which I have found that, you know, just regular silicone actually works good. I use this one. I've used the Gorilla Glue silicone. It works pretty good. As far as sealing the top part of it, I haven't had a problem. Some people use epoxy. I never tried that one, but you do you, and you do what you want. It's the bottom. The bottom is the issue, because it screws on, and I can show you the bottom just a sec. It actually screws on just like this. And of course, there's a metal piece that you pop off, and other videos will show you that. But it actually screws on, and of course you have your plastic piece on the top. But depending on what you fill this with, some people use baby oil. I'm not a real fan of baby oil unless you want your glitter to move pretty slow. Or they use a mixture of 50-50 glycerin and water. I like that one. It actually makes the glitter move pretty good. I mean, it's slower than just plain water, which I have not tried. But I like it, and I think it works out pretty good. You have slow glitter movement. But anyway, when you put this on there, and there's a little bitty hole right here, people use that to fill it, which works great. But you have this on here, and you're filling it, it creates a pressure in there. So you're filling it, and if you have just plain silicone in there to seal it, it pushes it out, because there's nowhere for the pressure to go. So what's it do? It goes to the next logical spot, which is around here. And anything oily, like baby oil or glycerin, silicone doesn't like it. It won't cure to it. So it's just going to pop out. I actually had that problem several times. So, since my husband is a mechanic and has to deal with, you know, greasy surfaces and sealing, this is what he told me to get. It's a oil resistant silicone. You can get it in black or gray. He said gray was the best one, so that's what I went with. It is more expensive than your plain silicone, but it does seal. I have had no problems so far. Another gentleman I saw a video on used O-rings. This is where I got them from. I'll put a link down at the bottom of his video so you can see how he did it, and also the different sizes I got, because these are 20-ounce cups of what I'm using. And believe it or not, I didn't do it like his. I mean, it works, but I didn't quite do it. What I have found is actually the size I got, which is B70-228. It fits in this groove right here perfectly. And we actually did a test run on one, and it will seal in there. Well, it's not wanting to fit right now, but because it's kind of cold, but it will seal in a cup, and it actually seals it properly. I'm still going to put some of the gray in there to make it fit, but it seals it, and it seals it really good. Now the gentleman that talked about the O-rings first, what he did is when he pushed it down in there, he actually sealed his with epoxy on the bottom, which, again, if that works for you, that's great. I didn't try it that way. Epoxy's kind of expensive, so I decided I was just gonna, fill mine or do the sealing part of it and try it that way. The other issue I came across was when you put these silver pieces or the stainless pieces back on the bottom of this, because they do separate, again, pressure is an issue. So you have this sealed on there, and they say a couple of videos said just squirt a bunch of silicone on there, bam, you're done. You smush it back on there. Again, pressure. You go to squish that back on there, pressure has nowhere to go. So again, you have, it's gonna fight back against you. What I did, and a couple of them that I've made, I actually drilled a hole in the bottom of this. Probably not the best thing, but since I tend to put something on the bottom of my cups anyway, it covers up the hole. You epoxy over the whole thing, and voila, you can't even tell that I ever drilled a hole. So I don't mind doing it that way. To me, it works. Oh, also, last thing, because that's pretty well covered everything. If you're going to, this one is not getting any glitter on it, but since it is for a man, I just epoxied over spray paint. It makes it look shiny and nice, but I recommend make sure you tape this just enough where it covers the lip edge right here, because even if you're doing the hang method and you kind of overdo it on the epoxy, it's going to run. And if it runs down here in the bottom, you're going to spend maybe 2+ hours like I did picking that epoxy out of there. That is not fun. It's very time consuming, and it kind of hurts if you slip, because I used this. Probably not the best thing to use, but it worked. So try not to make the same mistake I did and just tape off your cup. Filling the hole up here, not a big deal. You don't have to if you don't want to. A couple of them I did. These ones I'm not going to. It really doesn't seem to make a difference as far as sealing. So I think I covered everything, but in case I didn't, feel free to ask questions. Have fun, enjoy making these. These do come out to be really cool, and they're so fun to make. And you can be so creative with them, just like you can the other cups. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you on behalf of Cothram Creations. Have a good day.